Good morning, everybody. This is Walnut Lodge Yoga, Volant location. It's Saturday morning, 8:30. This is the summer, and we're working on a new series. So I'm just going to get right to it. Lisa and Corey are here. So hi, you guys. Thanks for being here. Because I don't know, on this morning, I might still be snoozing away if I didn't have to do this. Kind of a gray day. All right. So we're going to need a couple blocks and possibly a strap. Maybe not for you guys, but if somebody else. And then maybe a bolster. That's, I think that's it. All right, so we're going to start with the block back warm-up. So we're going to grab one of our blocks on the low position and put it, the long edge perpendicular to our spine, put it right up against your sacrum, bend your knees, and then just lay over it. Grab your other one and put it underneath your head if you need it. And then as your back starts adjusting, actually you don't have to have your knees bent yet, just leave them straight. As your back starts adjusting, you can just keep moving the block. It's a nice easy breath, just kind of getting used to it at first. Nice, easy, big breaths. Now, bend the knees, wiggle yourself forward just an inch or so. Pull your jaw into your throat, hands behind your head, and then just come up. So we're about to straight, right? And we're just gonna inhale back a couple inches, not all the way back to the ground, and then exhale. Pull the ribs, pull the pubic bone, and then kind of de-weight your sit bones and pull the sit bones towards your feet on the exhale. So you don't have to do it on every exhale, but maybe every other exhale. Just keep trying to feel you pull that back long. It's anchored on that bottom edge of the block. So what we're really trying to do is we're trying to just stretch, lengthen that low back from the edge to the sit bones. So we're just inhaling to here, and these baby crunches are just moving the spine enough. Stomach is warming up. And we're trying not only to move the sit bones towards the feet, but we're trying to pull the waist towards the ground. And right now all I can get is the very bottom, well, the middle of my sacrum now. A couple more here. So it's kind of like doing, the little cats, but with a lot more stomach. And the block really helps you stretch a little more than you can with the cat. So pick up your sit bones, move 2 more inches, and then just lay your back down again. Drop your head back. If you can't drop your head, there's that other block. Just breathe. So the block is higher now. You get a little bit more extension through the mid and upper back. Wiggle forward just another inch, hands behind your head, and pull up. Same thing, inhale, exhale, pull the waist. I can get my whole sacrum down. Keep going on your own breath rhythm. So inhale, and then little crunch. Getting that low back down. Two more of these. Now on this one, inhale, hands are behind your head. Now what we're going to do is leave our back here. So my shoulder blades are on that block, and then on the exhale, I'm going to just pull my waist to the ceiling and let my ribs go up to the ceiling. So I'm going to try to push my ribs up. I'm not going to come off my block, but I'm going to get a different kind of stretch in that upper back. So inhale and then exhale, push, inhale. Let it go. Exhale, waist push. Inhale. It's good for the obliques. Exhale, push. Inhale. Exhale, waist to the ground. Inhale, a couple more here. Exhale. Inhale, last one. Really feel as much of your back go on the ground as you can. Pull the waist now. Lift your sit bones. Pull the sit bones towards your legs. Feel a little bit more length. Put your back down, and then just lay back again. And you kind of slide. So the back of my head is right on the edge of that block. This will be the last position. Excuse me. Come on up, and then you can just really pull that whole back onto the ground. Now, on this round, actually I'm going to slide, everybody slide so that the tips of your shoulder blades are right above that lower edge. Now on this round, you're going to just spend your you're going to focus on the lower edge of that block. When you inhale, just let your back kind of hang all the way back, and then press, and then inhale, release that upper back so that it lays back. And then as you do this, focus on that lower edge, and then just feel the upper back going away from the edge. You feel that nice extension, and then pull everything back together, release, and then feel that nice extension. One more time. We're in flexion, upper back holds, feel that extension. Actually, one more time. Pull, And release. This time we stay there. And we're just going to pull the waist again. So pulling the waist down and feeling that section right below the shoulder blades stretch. It's kind of a cool way to stretch your back because you can get one part of your back more in an extended position and the other part right here in a flex. So inhale, everything goes. Exhale, I pull the waist and I push the chest up. So I'm trying to feel an upper back arch as I pull my low back into the ground and my stomach up into the spine. So just keep doing that. A couple more. And this is kind of the basis for the breathing pattern in the big cats. Pulling the guts up so that the pelvis is connected, and then trying to figure out how to push the chest forward. Trying to release the ribs. Now, last thing, hold on to your waist. Let go of your head. Should be on the ground, or use your second block if you need. Hold on to the waist. And then just breathe into the ribs. So don't let your stomach go. Breathe into the ribs. Keep pulling the waist. And let go of the ribs so that they can go up to the ceiling on the inhale. And then you feel that sucking up. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. There we go. And release all of that. Wiggle forward. All the way. Just wiggle off the block just to get those muscles moving in a different direction. And then move the block from your head. And we're going to just let the legs, after you feel your back, it's feeling pretty good for early in the morning and just getting up. Just let the legs go back and forth, windshield wiper. You can do one at a time, or you can do both at a time. Just back and forth. Just let gravity help you drop. There we go. I'm wiggling forward. A couple more. Next time you drop to the left, stay there. Couple breaths in the ribs. Now, when you inhale, try to feel your spine and ribs push forward and up from that mid-back. You can feel where that block was. Pushing forward from the mid-back. This is kind of a mini version of that big twist I did last week. And then release that and go to the other side. You can probably see this better. So as I inhale, I'm taking my rib cage and I'm going forward to the spine. And it's pushing my whole upper back into more of an extension. But really what I'm doing is I'm just allowing my inhale to pull me there. Couple more. And release. Come center. And then roll yourself and come on up to sitting. All right. Moving back, wiggle it out pretty far. All right, throw your legs out in front of you. Oh, I see Amelia's here too. You snuck on while I was wiggling around. All right, all of this work that we just did is to just warm up the back. Last week, Lisa was telling me that she jumped in to the stretch that we did with our hands underneath our legs and grabbing our feet, and it was after the warm-up, and her back didn't like that. Well, you know, some of these positions are extreme for some people, not for everybody, but I'm always trying to do, you know, very specific warm-ups first, and that's what Lisa and I talked about. But if any of you other people have those kind of issues, please contact me in some way, either at the studio or just send me an email or a text or whatever. All right, so legs are out in front of you, and we're just gonna snake our back. So I'm just curving back, and then I'm pushing my pelvis forward, letting it undulate through. It should feel pretty good. Just a couple of these just to restore, you know, a flow after those stretches. All right, but right now, you know, my back feels pretty good. All right, so we're going to go back to the big breathing. So the breath is either ujjayi, if you can slow ujjayi, or you're going to purse your lips, put them into a little circle, and you're going to use the sucking breath. So we're going to, our sipping breath, we're going to sip the breath up nice and slow, and then we're going to exhale as we go down. So just to review, we're going to start with our torso over, our hands are behind our head, right? And then we're going to push our chest forward and come up. Now, you know that we just use that block, so the tips of your shoulder blades are kind of trying to push into your back, and you want to feel that upper back laying on that block while the stomach lifts up against the spine. And then you'll notice my legs have rotated out, my heels are digging into the floor, and the digging of my heels into the floor allows the pelvis to go forward. So that anterior tilt needs to happen here to anchor this back. So the back is in an arch. And then after that, we're going to extend the legs and then just let ourselves hang forward. Don't push this, because it's a forward bend in that you're pushing your pelvis into an anterior tilt, more of one, right? But you know, we're still warming up, so we're really trying to get that scoop of the ribs from here, of the ribs going forward and the back going forward, and then that upper back arch. So that's what that back is looking like. And then as we go over, just fold. Don't pull, just fold. All right. So your legs you're going to get a little bit of stretch through the legs, maybe not a whole lot for some of you. All right. You're trying to inhale on the way up, exhale on the way down, trying not to breathe in between, but that is, you know, if that is too difficult, then just take a couple breaths. All right, hands behind your head, hanging over. So, exhale all of your air, and then inhale. Push the ribs forward, sip the breath in, flex the ankles, pull the heels towards you, anchor, lift that back as high as you can. Your head is being held by your hands so that it's not dropping back. And then exhale, over, extend the legs, slow. I'll talk it through one more time. Inhale, push the pelvis, push the ribs. Feel the scoop, flex the ankles, pull it up, lift as high as you can, arch, extend, and then exhale. Stretch the legs to straight, and over you go. I'm going to just do the breath now. You do your own breath. We're going to do a couple more. And release that. Couple normal breaths. Roll up. All right, we're going to do 4 more. So hopefully we have, this whole little sequence. So now what we're going to try to do is you're going to count how long it takes you to get up. I've been counting 6. I don't have a clock going. I'm not looking at that. So I'm counting 6. And then I'm going to try to exhale and go over for twice that. And then we're going to try to do 5 of those. Now, what typically happens is that at the end of that exhale, you might feel like I don't have enough air left to go on. Well, at that point, you need to do some extra breathing. What you'd like to do is try to keep that going. All right, so maybe it's only 5, maybe it's 4, maybe it's 3. Whatever it is, going up, you want to take twice as long going down. Just keep going. We're going to do 5, and then we'll be done with that. If you get hot, don't be surprised. So hands behind your head, exhale the air, pitch yourself forward, and here we go. Your own timing. finish whatever one you're on. And then roll up. All right. So now I'm super sweaty. All right. Breathing exercises, and that's, you know, a very typical breath exercise, really. In for whatever, out. Next week we'll hold that. We might not do this next week, but we'll add a hold at the in and the end, and makes it more difficult. But adding the body just changes the whole dynamic of it, of course, but the breath becomes the movement that you do. And so you're trying to infuse all of your movement with the breath. All right, so coming around with our hands back, fingers forward, legs out, roll the shoulders, press open on the hands, lift the chest, feels pretty good. Drop that right knee down and pull up, and drop that left knee down and pull up, and drop that right knee down and pull up, and keep going side to side, right? And then do a couple without the hip coming up, and then a couple with the hip coming up. If you have to, I definitely have to, right? To make that knee get all the way down to where it needs to go. The thing that's important about this, what I like about this whole thing, is that, you know, sometimes when you have restrictions in your hip, it's not just in your hip. It goes all the way from the hip up to the shoulder. Because I can feel how the line stops at my waist, right? On my left side. Couple more. This time when your right leg gets down, hold it. Press it down. Roll that right shoulder back. Keep that chest lifting, so keep pushing out on your hands. We didn't do any hand warm-ups. We just went right to it. And then pulling back up to the center. Take the left leg down. Pull. Knee into the ground, roll that left shoulder back, push it open. Couple more breaths. And roll that leg up. Stretch both legs forward, come up to release the hands. We're going to just let's rotate first, and then put our hands in the monkey position. Make a fist, and then try to get them straight, put a little bit of weight on them. So going through some things here a little faster didn't do the arms work, but you can't do everything every day because there's just too much stuff. And then release. So we're going to do a couple reverse tables now. Get a block, because we're going to do these with a couple different kinds of leg positions. All right, now if your wrist gets tired this way, then turn it this way. If you can keep it this way, it's better. It's better, to train that stretch through the flexion of the wrist, but if it's too much, you turn it the other way. All right, so we come back. First one, just feet. Heels are right across from your sit bones. Spread your hands wide. They're about 6 inches behind you. Push your chest up. Roll your shoulders open, right? Push out on the wrist actively. Try to push the hands off of the mat. That'll help you lift up a little bit higher. Feel your heels, and then just take your tailbone, tuck it, and push up. Breathe. So keep taking the tailbone, pushing it to your knees. Pushing out on your hands. Breathing the chest up. Trying to get as much shoulder extension as you can just with breathing. Big inhale. Exhale, release down. Stretch the legs forward, hands forward. Now you're going to take your low back and pull it forward. You can grab your toes if you want, or just keep pushing the back forward. We're not going to do a long hold here. It's just to really release the back. All right, come up. Rotate your legs out. Put your heels together. So we're going to do another one with the legs in this position. So we're going to go up. The knife edge of our foot is going to have the weight. We're going to push our pelvis up, try to rotate the knees open, and then when we get to the top, we're going to try to push our heels up off of the mat and keep the metatarsal of the little toe and maybe possibly all the way down to the midfoot on the ground. All right, so hands back. And this is really to work the different hamstrings and the rotators. All right, fingers towards you, spread them wide, lift the chest, push the shoulders up, take the hands, push them to the side, roll everything underneath the rib cage. Take your sit bones, push to the feet, and come up. Now, we did this last week laying down. You're going to try to feel your heels push up to the ceiling. It's super hard at first. Sometimes it's nice to try one and then the other so you can feel how that heel pushing accesses different parts of the hip. Just keep pushing up. We just have 10 seconds to go. Pushing up. And inhale, come down. Come up. Pull the feet in. Not a tailor sit, but a diamond. And then push your chest forward. Feel the hips. Going for that flat low back. And pull up. Last one. Grab your block. Put it between your knees. And now this time you're going to try to turn your feet in. All right? Heels out, feet in. Still about hip, sit bone width, maybe a little wider. Hands behind. press the chest up, push the shoulders forward, hands on the ground, try to spread them, feel your feet on the ground, lift up, squeeze the block, tuck your tailbone, and push, push. Keep squeezing the block, push, push. Press out on the hands. Feel the chest get a little higher. Squeeze the sit bones. Push the sit bones as you squeeze the block. Breathe. Push. Ten more seconds. Push. Inhale, exhale, release, and come up. Stretch the legs forward, low back forward, and then I just need to really do another monkey hand, right, and make a fist. Now we're going to do one more hip. So I'm going to sit, I think I'm going to sit on the ground. I'm going to pull my feet into a tailor sit. And then I'm going to put blocks underneath my knees. Actually, I think I'm going to sit on my bolster and get a better angle. And the angle I'm talking about is just, I can pitch myself forward a little bit more and use a little bit more force from my arms. All right, so you're pulling your feet in. The blocks are under your knees. So we're going to do two things. You're going to take the outside of your legs and you're going to try to push them into the blocks. You can see how my pelvis lifts up as I try to do this. So we're going to take some time and just push with the back of the thigh, push the knees into the blocks. Just let that happen and release. Now, if you can get your legs down to the ground, all right, then you can just push your legs into the ground. You want to have something to push on. So, adjust the blocks to wherever it is that you need. And we don't want to be to the point where we're just kind of dangling. You could be, like if I was just an inch off of the ground, I would just not use the blocks. And I'm close on my one leg, but not on the other. So now this time what we're going to do is we're going to push our hands into our knees. And we're going to try to lift the legs up off of the block or off of the floor to just work the inside of the thigh a little bit, all right? So you're not going to let your knees push up unless your legs are way stronger than your arms, which they might be. Push down into your knees. Now try to pull the legs up. And we're going to hold this for 15 seconds. So go, pull them up. It's actually just a bit of PNF stretching. Pull it up, push down. 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 Pull it up, push down, and release. Move the blocks. See if you get any. I got a little bit. Yep. All right, put the blocks back. Now, just take the outside of your thighs and your glutes and your rotators actually, and push the knees into the blocks for 15. Go. Push. 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 push, push, 5 more seconds, push, push, and release. Move the blocks if you have them. Another, just a little bit, one more time with the first one. So hands down, push, try to pull the legs up, push down, pull 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 up, and release. All right. Ooh, yeah, see that last one? That last one was good. So now I'm pretty close to the ground. All right, pull those legs in. Rotate into a half hero. And we're gonna take this left, I have my left leg back, right leg forward. Pull the left leg into the right thigh and then pull the inner thigh back. So you feel like you're not tucking, but you're piking that left sit bone to the back, right? You're pulling it back. What that does for me is I can feel I can get a hold of my internal rotator here and then just work that leg to the center. So kind of similar to what we're doing, we're gonna pull it in and try to squeeze it into that right leg. So we're not really stretching up and back, we're trying to pull it in and back just to feel that internal rotation, because we just worked that. There it goes. Yeah, see, then what happens is now I'm pretty flat because I use that internal rotator to release my external rotators that we just used. All right, and release that. And then pull your right leg back. All right. So I have more trouble on this side because of knee surgery, so this knee doesn't like to bend as much, as cleanly, but I can get it there if I hold on for a while. All right, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take this thigh, squeeze it into the left leg and pull it back, and then just keep trying to rotate this right thigh in and down. Feel that pelvis going forward. Actually, I try to feel my sit bone going back. And just pay attention to the outside of the hip and to the back of the hip. And sometimes you can really feel the work. Actually, this part of my hip right here in the front is cramping a little bit. My TFL is cramping a little bit. And I'm digging my thumb into it. I'm going to pull a little bit more. Pull a little bit more. Just another couple seconds. And release. Yeah. So not a huge thing. Yeah. But legs are released. All right. Rolling down on your back. So, heels are close to your sit bones. If you can grab your ankles, you do. If you can't grab them without popping your heels up, you don't. You can also put your arms to the side. So we're going to do the hip circles. So tuck the tailbone under and press up. All right, so we push as far as we can to the right, and then we circle the pelvis down so it just barely touches the ground. Push it to the right and come up, and then go to the left, circle down, push to the left, and come up. And we go right and down, and right and up and left and down and left and up and right and down and right. And the bigger the swing, the better. And left and down, because you want to feel the thighs going internal rotation and right and down and external rotation and up without the weight of the pelvis dropping to the ground. Push right and down and right and up and left and down and left and up. Inhale, go exhale, right and down and right and up. Exhale, left and down. Inhale, left and up. Exhale, right and down. Inhale, right and up. Exhale, left and down. Inhale, left and up. Exhale, right and down. Inhale, right and up. Exhale, left and down. Inhale, left and up. Exhale, right and down. Inhale, right and up. Exhale, left and down. Inhale, left and up. Exhale, right and down. Inhale, right and up. Exhale, left and down. Inhale, left and up. Exhale, right and down. Inhale, right and up. Exhale, left and down. Inhale, left and up. Exhale, right and down. Inhale, right and up. Exhale, left and down. Inhale, left and up. Exhale, right and down. Inhale, right and up. Exhale, left and down. Inhale, left and up. Exhale, right and down. Inhale, right and up. Exhale, left and down. Inhale, left and up. Exhale, right and down. Inhale, right and up. Exhale, left and down. Inhale, left and up. Exhale, right and down. Inhale, right and up. Exhale, left and down. Inhale, left and up. Exhale, right and down. Inhale, right and up. Exhale, left and down. Inhale, left and up. Exhale, right and down. Inhale, right and up. Exhale, left and down. Inhale, left and up. Exhale, right and down. Inhale, right and up. Exhale, left and down. Inhale, left. Last one. Exhale, right and down. Inhale, right and up. Exhale, left and down. Inhale, left and up. Roll through. Pull the knees in. And I know we do that for a long time, but I'm trying to really get to the point where the low back and the rotators in the hips are tired, and you feel the stretch on the outside and the inside of the hip. And then with me, as we keep going, I can find more hip extension so my hips get higher. So working that whole back line. So you guys can tell me if that many reps makes, you know, your pelvis tired. I mean, it's not cramping yet, but it's pretty tired. So we're just going to do this nice swing. And then pull it in, pull it in, pull it in, pull it in. Give it a little pop, give it a little pop, give it a little pop, and a little pop. Pelvis off the ground, and up, and up, and up, and up, and up, and up, and up. Now we do it to the roll, and up, and whoop, and whoop, and whoop, and pelvis forward, 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 and pelvis forward. Two more, and pelvis forward, and pelvis forward. Stay. Breathe. Push the pelvis forward, feel your chest, and let go. Hold. Keep lifting the sternum. Pulling the legs in. It's a 1 minute hold. We're already at 30 seconds. Keep pushing up. Pushing up. 4 more seconds. And release it down. Wrap your arms. Just let that rest. Feet down. All right, so come on up. We're going to add another piece. Some of you might need a bolster for this, but we all need a block. So we're going to put our left leg back in a hero, and then we're going to put a block underneath our right hip, and you can do it before you go down, or you can go down into the reclining position. Whoops, I need to move. And then lift up, put it under your opposite hip, and then the right foot, solid foot on the ground. So you can see how my left knee is pretty high off the ground. I'm going to pull my foot back into a little bit better of a position. There we go. Right foot, sole of the foot on the ground. All right, so what the block does is it gives you a little bit more space to pull, or rather height, so that as you pull your left knee towards the ground, people that have a lot of hip extension actually have something to do. People that have a lot of open hip, if you're laying on the ground, your knee is on the ground. If I say pull your knee towards the ground, it's already on the ground. So if you put your pelvis up on a block, then you have a little bit of distance. Although you might still be on the ground, at least it's going to give you a little bit more hip extension. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that left leg, excuse me, we're going to roll it in towards the right leg and pull that inner thigh back into the socket, just like we did sitting. Our goal is to try to get the inside of that left knee to the ground. And then with your right leg, you're going to dig your heel into the ground and push your butt up off that block just a little bit, so you could take it in and out if you wanted, all right? So I'm just kind of de-weighting my pelvis. And then we're just going to push the right side of our pelvis up off of the block. There's my block. Can you see my block? Right? Here's my block. My butt's up. Now I slid my block underneath. Don't let the weight drop down onto that block. You're going to pull that left knee towards the ground as you push the right side of your pelvis up. It's not really very much fun at all for people like me, but you keep doing it, all right? So that right glute is working strongly into that hip flexor, and the inner thigh on that left leg is trying to rotate that knee to the ground. So just enjoy that counter motion. Breathe. Keep working it. Almost done. Move your block and then just relax the pelvis down and stay there. One more minute. And release it by rolling to your right. And then straighten that left leg. Flex the ankle. Pull the knee nice and tight. And roll out up to sitting. All right, now we're going to get to the other side. But before we do that, we usually work our pelvis. We think we work our pelvis in, one piece. But the pelvis actually works not independent of each other, but there's a slight rotation opposite each other. As you walk, the pelvis can work one side and the other a little bit differently. When you have specific exercises like this, where you hold things for a really long period of time, you can get the sense of how to work and shift that. And sometimes things get stuck. People that have problems with their SI joint, sometimes that joint gets so stuck that the pelvis loses a lot of motion. And so this is a way to kind of suss out where the restrictions are, and you can kind of work on restoring a little bit of motion to that. Plus, the whole series is really about working rotation in and out of the hip joint. All right, other side. So right leg is back, and then down you go. Foot, pick it up. Move again. It's not really that much fun to bang your head on your tree. All right. So you're taking that right leg and you're rolling that thigh in. You want to feel like you can take the inside of that thigh and pull it to the ground. And as you do that, of course, you feel the top of that thigh. It's really stretching. Then you take that left heel and you're going to push it into the ground. You're going to de-weight yourself so you can slide the block in and out so the weight isn't down. You don't have to come up off that block very high. Just enough to really feel the glute and the hamstring kick into gear there. All right, so pulling the right knee down, pushing the hip up, just barely off the block, counter motion, and hold. Left hip up, right knee down, work it. Move the block, settle down, and just relax. One more minute. and release it by rolling to your left. Flex your ankle. It's such a good ankle stretch. Stretch the knee. So all of you out there that come to my ballet class, you know, there's an added bonus for you, having that foot in that plantar flex position or the point for such a nice long period of time. That's 3 minutes in there.
Lisa's question.
What?
I need a modification for the hero stretches. My feet just can't do
Okay, so Lisa, what you need to do for...
Repeat the questions for me.
Okay, so Lisa said, I need a modification for these hero stretches. My feet just can't do it. So what you're going to do is, next time you do it, is get a hand towel, wrap it into a circle, into a cylinder, and put it under your ankle to lift the ankle up. And then just deal with as much of that extension as you can. And that definitely will help, you know, your ballet. I know it hurts like crazy. But get the ankle up off the ground a little bit. And let me know if that works on Tuesday. All right, so going back down, pull the knees in. Actually, hips are, you know, feeling pretty good. Roll the ankles. Yeah. Grab a hold of one of your blocks. Put it between your knees if you want to do this twist with the knees bent, or put it between your ankles if you want to do it with legs straight. All right, arms out to the side. And we go. Inhale, feet all the way down to that right hand. Exhale, center. Inhale to the left. Exhale, center. Inhale, right. Exhale, center. Inhale, left. Exhale, center. Inhale, right. Exhale, center. Inhale, left. Exhale, center. Inhale, right. Exhale, center. Inhale, left. Pull them into the socket, center. Inhale, right. Exhale, center. Inhale, left. Exhale, 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 last one. Inhale, right. Exhale, center. Inhale, left. Exhale, center, and release. There's a lot of wiggling. Couple breaths just right here. So that definitely warms up the twist. All right, so we're going to go into the big twist that I spent a lot of time on last week. We're just gonna do it right, left. Won't take, we hold it, but I'm not gonna spend 10 minutes on it. So the knees open, the heels lift to the ceiling, and push forward. We take our left leg up, Cross it over. Put the ankle bone, the malleoli, right on top of the knee. Come all the way over. Left hand on top of the right. Push that left arm as far forward as you can. Flex the wrist. Arm goes up towards your face. Now push your chest and your pelvis forward and reach that arm to the back. Don't let it drop. Don't let it go here. Try to find that 45-degree angle. Keep the wrist flexing and breathe. Remember, push from your foot, your knee, your hip forward. Feel the pelvis go forward. Try to feel that whole back go into that extension. A nice curve. You're imagining that you're a curve from your foot all the way through that hand. Keep pulling. Keep pushing the chest forward as that arm reaches out and back. One more big inhale. Release the shoulder, release the knee. Come through, open that left leg, and pick the right leg up, roll it over, knee to the ground, right arm comes down. Take that hand, push forward, feel the shoulder reach off the back, take it up diagonal, flex that hand, keep it flexed, and reach. Keep pushing from your foot to your knee, to your hip, to your chest, through your arm. Keep that right knee on the ground. Keep pulling the finger back. Keep working it. Because you'll have a tendency to stop that push. Keep that right knee pressing into the ground. There we go. And release by rolling that shoulder. All right, both knees open. Going to the right again. Lift that left leg up. Cross it over. Arm over. Knees pushing into the ground. Left hand flexes. Push out. And come up. Push from your right foot, your right knee, your hip, through your chest. Breathe. Keep pulling the finger back, that middle finger. See, for me on this round, a lot of that elbow strain pain is gone. I don't feel anything in the elbow. I just feel a little bit in the hand now. Push. And release. Open that left knee, open the right knee. One more time. Right leg up, take it over, hand down. Push, forward, up, and back. Breathe. Keep pushing that right knee into the ground. Pushing that pelvis forward, flex your wrist, push out the heel of your hand, feel that finger pulled back, breathe. And release that. Rolling center. Just stretch your legs out. Couple big inhales through your back. Feel the tingles from the middle of your sternum out your hands. All right, grabbing your blocks. Now, you can put your block under your pelvis this way, if you can scoot yourself up, or put both blocks down like this. And then come up and over. So the blocks are on your sacrum. Your pelvis is lifted. So what we're going to do first, we're just in this supported bridge. And then start creeping your legs to straight if you can. You can feel this is a big hip flexor stretch for me. For some people, maybe not so much. If you can get your knee totally straight with the heel on the ground, do it. Right now we're just kind of working out to see. Although it is better this week than it was last week, so that's good. And then pull them back in. Now, I like to hold on to my blocks here. We're going to pull our knees to our chest And then, you know, that block, the top edge of that block is right at the lumbar sacral junction for me. So as I pull my knees down, I get this really nice low back stretch. And that's good after what we just did. But you gotta hold your top block if you're on 2. If you're on 1, then actually this is kind of easier, but you have to hold your blocks. All right, then come back to where we were. All right. Now you're gonna pull just your right knee in, and you can hold it if you want. Left leg is gonna go up, and then you're gonna reach that left leg forward, grab a hold of your knee, and then take your pubic bone and pull it towards your face, and just let that leg extend. Holding with your pelvis, with your stomach. Just getting a little bit more. Push out, and then slowly we come up. Right leg goes up. The left knee is going to bend and pull towards your face. Reach that right leg long. Hold on to the knee and just push that out long. Hold the pubic bone. slowly pull that leg up. Hold on to your blocks. And then just let the legs stretch over. So it's like a candle. But the pelvis is going to move a little bit more than a candle, but let that edge just dig into that lumbar sacral junction, and let the legs just keep coming towards your face, stretching those hamstrings. Weights on your mid back really. So we're going to bend our knees slowly. Put them back on the ground. And then slide the blocks out from under you. Roll down. Let the legs drop back and forth. And then just release into corpse, and feel those lines from the sternum out the arms, and then from the middle of your pelvis out your legs, and just rest. Big inhale. And exhale, roll to your right side. And come up. To sitting. All right, everybody. That is it for this morning. Let me know how that goes for you. And hopefully I'll see you back here next week. Enjoy your day. Namaste.